Hello everyone, this is Christian Duke from ProgressiveActivist.com. I'm joined by Logan and Tom, both proud UFCW workers outside of the Jim Beam Distillery here in Clermont, Kentucky. Gentlemen, can you explain to the folks in the Commonwealth and whoever's watching why you're striking?
Well, right now it's for basically labor conditions and working hours. When you got people here like Tom, who's been working 70 plus hours a week, 7 days, 7-day weeks for months.
Years. A couple of years now.
I know when I first started, one of the other maintenance guys, Bill Ball, he's been on the news, he worked, I think I talked to him, he worked 83 days straight.
Oh my gosh.
And that was forced work. It wasn't...
Yeah, not a lot of
Optional
voluntary overtime.
So,
usually it hits everybody, if anything.
So you're having some issues here with seniority, if you could discuss that a little bit. And you have a lot of workers that are not full-time. They're basically temp workers, is that safe to say, agency workers? So if you could sort of address that a little bit, because a lot of people around the Commonwealth, and I probably told you this off interview, but they look at the coal miners, they look at the auto workers as the ones that are really, basically getting the raw end of the deal. They look at the Jim Beam workers, distillery workers as basically being treated like gold. Clearly that's not the case. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What's your take on the state of seniority and temporary workers?
Well, I can personally attest that the company, I guess, gave me a little bit of a raw deal in it by pitting some of my union brothers and sisters against me. They have this new thing where they were doing interviews for new position, equipment owner positions. And there was
in itself is contrary to seniority, contrary to
yeah, and doing interviews and stuff, and you had to hit a standards test. But there's a fella that was up in the interviews, going for the job with me, who's had 8 years in the company. I've only been here a year and a half.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the family, and when they offer that position to you, you don't know who's been offered it before you, and I ended up accepting it, not knowing.
Yeah.
So, of course, then I go, and I do feel bad about the whole thing, but, it's not right how they're pitting us against each other.
Right.
Because that just creates turmoil between us all. Us young ones, we don't know. We don't know what's been offered and who's been offered what. And the whole process just needs to go.
Absolutely.
It's really what it is.
One quick question, too, and I know you guys got to get back to the line because there's so many cars here honking and so many people showing you support. When, at least as far as my experience with unions, strikes, and the whole, the whole labor movement, usually temporary workers are assigned to do more or less menial tasks. Is that the case here? I mean, I know that y'all didn't accept the contract and that's why you're out here, but what are the temporary workers doing exactly? Because a lot of you guys are college educated and have decades of experience. I don't think someone can just come off the street and do this work.
Well, we have the big thing about temporaries is putting them on inspection. Right. Inspecting glass that goes through the line for defects and stuff like that. They're not vested in the company like we are. They're on to the next job.
Absolutely. One of the points that we were against in the initial offering voted down is they want an unlimited amount of agency. And the way it was written, put them in any position that a company person feels that they're qualified to do. So that's anti-seniority, anti-union, and it's going to deteriorate the brain. Plus those people that are wanting to do a good job in an agency position, agency worker, temporary position, they're not likely to get hired.
Absolutely. Well, I really, I can't thank you enough. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to, speak with us. And I guess the last thing I'd want to ask you, if I could, what message would you send to the other 15,000, 16,000 distillery workers across the Commonwealth of Kentucky as far as what you're doing here and, how important and how much you love your job here at Jim Beam?
Well, fellas, all we can say is stand strong. We're just a little union, 200 and some people, and we're taking them on, and we got your backs.
Yeah.
Everybody's had ours.
Right. We love the industry. We love our brand. We love our jobs, and we want to maintain the heritage and the quality that Kentucky bourbon has meant for decades.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.